late Monday morning in Myanmar, and there are tens of thousands of people on the streets. And these are demonstrations have spread across the country, from ethnic areas in the north right through the heartlands of Myanmar and Yangon, the main city, down to ports and coastal communities on the Andaman Sea. We've had the first reports of water cannon being used on protesters in Naypyidaw, the capital. But at the moment, the people on the streets, they're singing pro-democracy songs, they're chanting. It's a mixture of ages, and it's really demonstrating what the elections in November showed, which is that Aung San Suu Kyi, for all her controversies abroad, is incredibly popular within Burma, and they're furious that her government has been overthrown. They've had a taste of democracy in recent years, partial democracy, and they're not going to accept willingly the situation in terms of the coup.
Indeed, seeing massive numbers turn out onto the streets, Philip. The military curbed internet use over the weekend. You mentioned there are police using water cannons now for the first time. But over the weekend, we didn't see any real clampdown on demonstrations. Are there fears that that could change? We have heard some activists say that their homes were raided.
Yeah, no. So there are certainly great fears that the army could step in. There were massive peaceful protests in 1988, which first. When Aung San Suu Kyi first emerged as a voice of and a champion of democracy, there were large protests in 2007. Both those ended in bloodshed, in unarmed protesters being shot on the streets. At the moment, it seems that the new military government, which is claiming a legitimacy that isn't just based on a coup, they are actually saying that they are the ones responsible for making sure that the election results, which they claim were invalid because of voter irregularities, shouldn't be recognised. They're sort of rather perversely claiming they are the perpetuity of a legal government. They maybe don't want an absolute direct confrontation. They haven't, in their state media and state newspapers, even referred to these protests. So at the moment, they're standing back. There are police. There are riot police in the streets. There are not the feared military. But the history in Burma is a dark one and a bloody one, and people are very concerned. And there are raids on houses. There are activists being detained. So there is a lot going on there away from the cameras.